The Honourable Tau Henry.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. I won't take too much of the House's time, and I'll leave the majority of my comments to the committee stages and third reading. Can I say, though, that in response to the last speech, although I'm not going to bag it or anything like that, the question is, are we saying it's a good settlement, or are we saying it's a bad settlement? Because at the end of the day, Ngāti Manuhiri has signed the deal, not us. They said they want to sign the deal, and like I said earlier in the day, it's easy for us to sit here and make speeches and that, but they're the ones that got to live the life. They're the ones that got to get on with whatever they want to get on with. It's not for us to say you should take it or you should leave it. At the end of the day, that side will decide whether they should take it or leave it. And so they've decided in their wisdom to take the deal that's on the table. We all know that it is a minuscule settlement. It is I was going to use one of my South Auckland slangs, but I thought I'd better not. But at the end of the day, Ngāti Manuhiri, that's right, Ngāti Manuhiri have decided. I hear what the member from the Green Party said about Ngāti Wai, and there are some issues around that. But put yourself in this position. Small Māori community, obviously, sometimes there's going to be a perceived conflict of interest because the lawyer's working for two people or two organisations. Well, you know, I mean, it's not as if the Ngāti Manuhiri people are overflowing with gold and riches that they can afford to go to Kensington, Swan or whoever. And one of my colleagues did work for Kensington Swan until he got asked to give the toilet key back. Mr. Speaker, I don't think that this settlement hinges on whether Ngāti Wai agree or not. And it's one of the things about doing a treaty settlement is that it's very hard to actually get a change in the bill. And I think our Select Committee did a wonderful job by actually getting the change. I think the Minister mentioned it, the clause 96A, that it clarifies the co-governance agreements with the Department of Conservation over Te Hauturu o Toi, Little Barrier Island, and they are not exclusive. And what that SOP says is that it is not exclusive only to Ngāti Manuhiri. So it doesn't wipe out the claim of, or any claim Ngāti Wai may bring at a later date. So I hear what the member said, but I also think that the Select Committee did its job and did a pretty good job in trying to convince the Minister to put a change or a definition that would say to Ngāti Wai, look, this doesn't count you out. In fact, it doesn't count anybody out who thinks they have a relationship with Hauturu. Mr. Speaker, I might leave it there because I know my brother over there wants to get to lunch. The last thing I will say, sir, is this: is that when the Select Committee, in the process, when the Select Committee asks the Minister to change something in the bill, the Crown has to agree, and so do the home folk. So it's not just a change because the Select Committee asks for it. They've actually got to get agreement from the home people if there is to be a change. And I commend both the Minister and also Ngāti Manuhiri for agreeing to that change to make sure that it is clear that there is no exclusivity. I'll leave it at that, Mr. Speaker.
I call the whistle wall.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. I ngā mana